Hey, buddy, my man, I love you, dude. This video is kind of for the future self, the grown man who's growing up. And one thing I want to talk quickly about is relationships of the opposite sex. I assume that you are into women and having a blast, and in your relationships, not in acting like a complete goofball, taking a bunch of risks. Hey, bud. Like at the end of the day, one of the things I want to tell you about is, when we start dating women and partners, man. We're gonna have some assumptions about who they are as people, and a lot of times those can turn into like fantasies, make believe. They're not real. I just a bunch of blanks on the paper. I filled in a bunch, that there were a number that were present, verified by her, and the rest I fill in the rest of the blanks feverishly because I don't like paperwork. And a lot of us are like that, man. But turns out that everybody in the world is like that. People are too complex to sit and hash out every single detail. So we make some safe assumptions. And what's important to realize is those aren't always right, and that's the important part of communication and in every good relationship is constantly talking and exploring. One person is more than enough to explore for an entire lifetime. I'm telling you. Don't let anybody tell you just need to go out there and do a bunch of stuff and date a bunch of women. No, dude, no. That's exposure that they're trying to get you through. And that is their best thought. A lot of exposure will numb out your mind to the excitement of a good relationship. It's really important to find the right partner, dude. If the girl is well balanced and healthy, then man, things can be a lot funner. If she's emotionally matured, man, then life is 10 times better. I promise you that. Which also means you need to be. But sometimes it doesn't always work out. Relationships are two healthy people, individuals. That means their girlfriend is not the god, and the boyfriend is not her god. They're two healthy individuals who live their individual lives with an agreement that they're choosing to walk together. That means there's going to be sacrifices on both sides to make sure that the end destination is in the right place, that both of you guys can walk directly there. Now, not everybody makes those sacrifices, and sometimes that's okay. It's no big deal. Other times it's just complete heartbreak, and then we end up in situations like the first love that broke our heart. Maybe you're the one that did it to them, but hey, careful, because there's no free lunches here, pal. Everybody gets a run at this, so you better be gentle if you feel like you're in a power position, and because the tables turn all the times, man. So the reality is sometimes decisions go the opposite direction and not for the relationship, and sometimes they're easy, no big deal. Sometimes it's heartbreak, dude, and it's complete devastation inside. Stronger men than you and I have been through this and been demolished. So there's a way of healing through that. But the reality is too, man, is like once we feel some sense of betrayal, I just want to highlight this too, because, once we feel some sense of betrayal in a relationship, man, there's no bigger way to cause a lot of doubt within myself. Because I had made assumptions, and I believed that the past and the present were one thing. Come to find out, they are not. They are completely different. And that also means that my plans for the future are now shifted. They're gone. They're dead. And now I'm mourning the death of my future plans, too. So I just feel engulfed in this sense of confusion and loss of, it's just a complete loss of self. I thought I knew, and I had no idea. I was so wrong. Like, that's where it goes. It's very dramatic. But the reality is, man, it's like we all do that. We all make the safe assumptions because people are just too complex to start. I definitely want to be a part of any conversations you'll allow me in for advice and feedback and, whatever can help. I just want you to know about those things and contemplate it further, think about it and develop that thought. What could go wrong? Why does it go wrong? What is good and what is bad? Because people tell you all the time, what's good and bad, and they don't, that's from their perspective, man. It doesn't always mean for you. But just something to think about when you talk about, love, the word love, relationships and what occurs, because there's plenty of people that lose everything because this confusion overtakes them. And it's important to find some acceptance around that of like, I'm not stupid, because it's highly humiliating, buying that far into a relationship and then finding out that it's not at all what you thought it was. It's really important to just really be present and then find some acceptance for yourself in the process of like, you're one among many. You're not the single, joker that got. You're just one among many, man, that it happened. And it's gender neutral, man. This thing beats up guys, beats up girls. It doesn't matter. So it's really important to just try to be as respectful as possible throughout the process, and also give yourself some acceptance around like, this is happening. It did occur, and then allow yourself a little bit of time to just like, when somebody dies, we take time to mourn their life, to remember like the good stuff, the lessons learned, and to kind of feel bad for a second, and for all the plans that we make in relationships and the future that we're working towards and goals that we, those are all dead now, so it's okay to have some mourning time around, some grieving time around, the loss of that whole trajectory that we stabilized our life on, but life goes on, And we're not rejected, we get redirected. Sometimes it feels like it's the end of the world. It's never, ever going to be as good as it was. I can't believe this. I'm screwed. You know, and it could be from the other side too, but it's not true. It's not true. I felt that way with careers, with relationships, and it's gotten better every single time. Every time. It's just not instant gratification, which sucks. I don't care how you cut it. You know, it's not right now feelings. So, just some thoughts, man. Just trying to keep spewing out all the little life hacks and things that I've learned, and I'm still learning. Man, I'm still learning. You know, I'm not free of these things, you know. Anyways, I love you. I hope you're having a great day wherever, whenever you are. You're a stud, dude. I don't care what's occurred. I've humiliated the hell out of myself. I don't care. I don't care. It's not about, do you look cool all the time? You're a fucking stud, bud. You know, a lot of this just comes down to like good, healthy, strong relationships and giving yourself a little bit of grace, and don't compare yourself with everybody. You know, your insides are what's vulnerable and tough to develop. You know, they're all raw, and they're always in like a never-ending changing state. They're never solid as a rock inside. The only thing that's solid as a rock is my exterior presentation to the world. At times, not even all the time with that, you know, but that's what everybody's perfected, because it's scary and we're all unfinished inside. We're all jumbled up. So you know, it's hard, but I got to constantly make sure that I'm not comparing my insides to everybody else's outsides, because they have worked years, decades on perfecting that exterior armor of perception. I'm going to make you perceive that I am stoic, that I am cold-hearted, that I do not care. But inside, I'm going nuts, freaking out. That's the reality of humans. It's just think about ducks on the water. If you ever seen a duck on the water in a lake, you know, the little thing just looks like it's just sitting there on the water, just floating. But just underneath, dude, the feet are going like crazy. People are just that way. People are just like that. Cool, calm exterior, but underneath, boom, anxiety, fear, just going. And all anger stems from pain. I was hurt, and that crystallizes into lashing out in pain and anger. Anyways, bud, I love you. Here we are, 13 minutes. I think this is the longest video I've done. I love you, dude. I can't wait to see you whenever you are. I'm waiting for your call. I know that. Whenever I am. I love you, dude. Have a great day.